We've spent approximately 2,300 days as students at Dallas Center Grimes. That's 180 days a year for 13 years, factoring in sick days and field trips and that extra long spring break in 8th grade. And the phrase, "the days are long, but the years are short," has never felt more true than as I look at all of you, our senior class, for the very last time. The first days that we introduced block scheduling, long. The weeks that we took the Iowa assessments or later the ISASPs, so incredibly long. But reflecting now, after all of the ups and downs and in-betweens, the exciting and the mundane, as we all prepare to cross this stage and say goodbye to the life we've known, I wish it had all taken a little longer. Ferris Bueller came to the same conclusion his senior year. He says, "Life moves pretty fast. If you don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it." I was surprised by just how fast life has moved over the last 13 years. People always told me to live in the moment and warned me that time would fly, but somehow I never believed that. I was so focused on growing up that I didn't always appreciate the season of life I was living in. In 2nd grade, when we crossed the Kate Shelley Bridge, I went as fast as I could. My gaze stayed fixed on my own 2 feet and not on the view around me. Now, I can't even really picture what that bridge looked like, or remember the 8-year-old versions of each and every kid in my class. I wish I could. I wish I took the time to look around and soak in every moment of my time as a student. Maybe none of us looked around enough when we were students here. Maybe we were preoccupied with classes and extracurriculars. Maybe we spent more time scrolling on TikTok than realizing how quickly the clock was tick-tocking our time away here. But we have one last chance, and I encourage you to do just that. Take a moment or two to look around. No, really, look around at these people, at this place. No matter if you've been here for 1 semester or 26 semesters or even longer, I'm looking at you preschool people, we are all Mustangs. We are all in the class of 24. I hope we all move into the future with all of the confidence and assurance in the world, but that we keep fondness on our hearts for the long days and the short years that we spent here at DCG.
The greatest advice I have ever received is from my dad. It may be biased because it's coming from my own dad, but it simply goes like this: being uncomfortable means you're growing. As some of you may know, I haven't always been a DCG Mustang. In July of 2020, my life was uprooted as I moved from just outside of Lincoln, Nebraska to Grimes, Iowa. I showed up on the first day of freshman year with half of my future graduating class in hybrid learning and saw half their faces with the other half covered in face masks. In front of this entire gym, it's embarrassing to say, but I sat alone at lunch for my first week at DCG, scared to reach out and talk to some of my classmates. And now I'm standing here, talking to a gym full of my closest friends, classmates, and family, delivering the message I have lived by the past 4 years. If that story itself isn't a testament to personal growth, I don't quite know what is. The thing about growth is that it isn't linear and is almost impossible to measure day by day. I've always thought about my dad's quote about growing in terms of plants. You can't plant your seed in the garden you nurture and expect a full-grown plant the next morning, or even the morning after that. But you do get to decide how deep you build your roots, how well you maintain the weeds threatening your growth, what kind of storms you can take on, and most importantly, how much brighter, taller, and stronger your plant can grow. The next season of our lives will be scattered full of moments invoking change and uncomfortabilities. Whether that's in college, trades, working, or wherever this new journey is taking you, you are the one putting in the work behind the scenes to build your growth to the greatest potential, and you are also the one who gets to harvest the gains of growing. All of this just to say, trust your process and your growth, because you know your potential and your worth. This is the last time the DCG class of 2024 will be together, all 251 of us. We have changed since our freshman year. We have evolved. So as you continue on with the rest of your lives, continue to challenge yourself and grow in the uncomfortable moments, because growing is an opportunity, not a given.
Don't forget to live in the moment. So look around and remember how you got here. Because no matter what happens when you walk out that door, you will always be a DCG Mustang.